Hey Internet, my thoughts upon the Kurokos basketball ending, or at least its finale, and the Rakuzan versus Saren battle. It was something which it did have a little bit of fire of tension with it, especially since that if you were somebody out there who was necessarily hoping that, or at least wondering how they were going to come back from like a 7-point drop, really they do find a good way to do it with a well-placed 3 and a foul. So that is something that did actually work in their favor. However, still sort of looking at things like as it sort of played out though, the anime itself did actually sort of paint a very interesting picture about like after the game. Because, games like this, like it happened to every generation of Miracle members so far, and now it's happening to Akashi. Whereas, he's trying to hold his composure, so on and so forth. Whereas, unlike most of the other members, though, he actually does sort of wish them, like, good luck and everything. Or at least he does it, like, outright. He's not necessarily... He's way more humble with it. Whereas him being super arrogant about it. So that is the thing, though. But moving on though, is like looking at like the ending though, is like every major foundation for every team is now moving on and they're joining their go to college and they're all moving out and they're moving along and they're moving along in life and they're planning on going to specific colleges, not necessarily for their basketball prowesses, unlike what the Generation of Miracles did, which is actually rather crazy. They're more or less moving to specific colleges, or at least some people are going because they just want, because like this one college is known for having a lot of cute girls going to it, which that's like his only reason. It's like, oh, okay, like that's a pretty interesting reason. But like jokes and giggles aside, though, it's like, to be fair, this is a more touching ending than most. But they don't necessarily put a lot of... It's more or less like, it feels as though it's that they wanted to quickly get past most of this like sad and sappy stuff and quickly close up the series, because the most that we sort of really get the most that we get to see about the Generation of Miracles actually sort of like hanging out together, or pretty much at the very least see them doing anything together, is a picture that Kuroko has, which was of all of them hanging out playing basketball at a basketball park. That's pretty much about it. And honestly, it was a pretty cool photo though. I mean, like minus the selfie stick. Well, they didn't have that, but other than that though, it was actually really nice though. I mean, like it's the same old, like gotta come on, gotta get to practice, and that's pretty much how this ended. Honestly, I'm not gonna say that this is like a terrible ending to this series, because to be fair, it's like it's a series about basketball in which that they took it to very animated heights, and it's something that I really did that I'm not gonna fault them on if it met its criteria or not. But I did enjoy it, and if you did too, please tell me if you did. If you don't, and you can hold a discussion about it. But at the same time, though, it's like I do recommend this series to people who have not actually seen it, or if they've gotten so far, or at least like they're tired of like all the average beat 'em up animes, or like the average like superhero things. But all in all, it's a bit different. And for that, I do necessarily hope people that they will actually check this anime out and they'll give it a good glow. But other than that, please tell me what you think about it down there in the comment section. I'll catch you on the next Jongravesshow. Please like the video, and I'll see you next time. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.